48 minutes to knock this out. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hi, my name is Tish. If you have been here before, welcome back. I'm surprised you're still here, but stick around. Thanks for joining us. So buckle up, it'll be a good ride. On today's episode of Tiny Painting Tuesday, we are going to do a story time. I have been told that I tell the best stories, so stick around for a treat. Before I get into the story about how my brother almost died and my whole family went on a diet, this is a true story. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the Tiny Painting Tuesday is going to be today, and then we'll get into the story. So my birthday was August 1st, and so in honor of my birthday, I'm going to do a birthday painting, and it's going to be of the Leo, because I'm a Leo, the Leo constellation, so the stars. This little piece is going to be kind of like like you're looking through a telescope, and then the rest is going to be white. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's get started. Okay. So for context, my brother and I currently are very close, and I did ask for his permission to tell this story. But when this story is taking place, my brother and I weren't very close. We were pretty young, so we fought all the time, and I thought he was annoying, and I didn't take anything that he said seriously. Just so you know. All right. So the story takes place in the summer. I was about, I don't know, probably like 9, 8 or 9, 8, 9 or 10. And my brother's younger than me, and he was, so if I'm like 8, 9 or 10, he's like 5, 6 or 7. Something like that. Let's go like 6 and 9. Okay? So my brother's like 6, I'm 9. This was back in the 90s. Early 2000s, when parents left their kids home alone when they probably shouldn't. Oops. But I was a responsible child, and my dad only worked like 3 or 4 blocks away from home. So if anything really happened, he could be there in a jiff. On this particular day, we were home alone, and I was in charge of taking care of my brother. But when I was around that age, I slept so much. Like I guess I still do sleep a lot. People would say that. But I slept so much, I would sleep until like noon every single day.
I was a responsible child.
And my brother would get up really early and like watch cartoons and eat cereal and other little kid boy stuff. And so I was sleeping, and I remember my brother standing like over me on my bed and being like,
Tish, get up, get up, get up. I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
and I looked at him and I was like, whatever. And then just like rolled over and went back to sleep. And he was like,
No, Tish, like really, I can't breathe, something's wrong.
And so then I got up and I was like, and he was like,
Tish.
and I was like, oh shoot, okay. I gotta do something, what do I do? And so I called my dad on our house phone. If you don't know what a house phone is, you're too young for this channel, see you later. Just kidding. But I called my dad on the house phone, and I was like,
oh my God, Alex can't breathe, I don't know what to do. What should I do?
And he was like, call 911, I'm on my way. Didn't ask any questions, wasn't like, what's going on, what's he doing? But I mean, if you were a parent in that moment and your 2 young children are home alone and your daughter's like, Alex can't breathe, I mean, I guess I understand. So he zoomed home. By the time he got to the house, I had already called 911. An ambulance had come to the house. They took my brother in the ambulance. My dad and I drove behind the ambulance and met them at the hospital. We get to the hospital and we're waiting around forever and ever and ever and ever. And then finally we get to go into the room where my brother is, and he's sitting on this table with his shirt off. He's got like something on his bottom, I think. I don't know. But I just remember like his shirt was off and he had like so many, okay, like I did ask my brother to tell this story, but he had like so many just like belly rolls. And my dad, for the first time in my life, started like sobbing right then and there in the doctor's office. And so, have you ever seen your dad cry before? That is bizarre and crazy. And like at 9 years old, to see him cry, I was like, oh my God, what's going on? This is weird. But at the same time, I was like, what are you guys tripping for? Like, he's fine. Like, get over it. And so I'm just like confused about why everybody's so upset and so scared. Like, I mean, he's fine. He's sitting there like, what's wrong? Turns out my brother, who is now 6'5", like very like tall, skinny, stick, had what they described as weight-induced asthma and was significantly overweight for his age group, and because of that was having trouble breathing and I don't know, some other stuff. Too much information for me to absorb in my 9-year-old brain. But all I know is my brother was overweight, and because of that he couldn't breathe and had weight-induced asthma. So I'm making fun of my brother because I'm 9 and we're not best friends at this point. And so I'm telling him he looks like the Michelin tire man. He looks like a Teletubby, all types of stuff. And then my dad gets so mad at me and is like,
Don't talk about your brother like that.
and I'm like, yeesh, whatever. And the entire time this is happening, my mom is at work. And I mean, my dad's filling her in, but my mom's at work. She gets home and she was like, we need to make changes right now. And I'm like, okay. My mom went through the entire house. And at our house, we had 2 separate pantries that were designated specifically for like snacks. So we had a like cupboard that was filled with like chips and cookies and candy. We had another thing that was filled with more chips, more candy. Every Saturday, my dad would take me and my brother to like out to lunch, and we would go to like McDonald's or Burger King, Taco Bell, anywhere we decided we got to go. And so every Saturday we would go and get fast food. Every day we had snacks stocked in the house. And I think at this time my dad was working 2 jobs, and he was working part-time at a gas station. And every morning when he would get off from the gas station, he would bring home a dozen donuts, and we would eat donuts for breakfast. So we weren't the healthiest, but I mean, I think I had a good childhood. So anyway, my mom was like, we need to make changes now. She went into these pantries and she threw away all of the chips, all of the cookies. We had carameled apples, all like everything. Anything you could think of that you would want, we had, and she threw it away in the trash. Like, blasphemy. And mind you, while my brother was significantly overweight for his age, I, on the other hand, was the exact opposite, to the point where people were worried that like I wasn't gaining enough weight. Like I was taking protein shakes and doing things like that. That's beside the point. But I say that to say I didn't need to go on a diet. Anyway. So we get rid of all this stuff. My brother's favorite meal used to be fried salami sandwiches. No more salami. We used to have like white bread. I don't even remember what white bread tastes like anymore. Everything was whole grain, fat-free. And being 9, you don't want to eat whole grain, whole wheat bread with your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, they just... So anyway, we go on this big, ginormo diet. You know what's wild to me? These backgrounds always take me so long to paint. Like, I feel like they always take up like half the video. But anyway. Okay, so at this point, my new snack in my lunchbox, before it was like Cheetos, Doritos, fruit snacks, Rice Krispie treat. Those were my snacks before. At this point, now that the whole family's gone on a diet, there's no good food in the house, I open up my lunchbox and my new snack is a rice cake. And mind you, not a rice cake with like peanut butter on it, not a rice cake with anything like the ones with the chocolate chips in it. We were able to get to that point later on in the story. But right away, not the ones with the chocolate chips, not the ones with peanut butter on it, just a regular schmegular plain rice cake that was fat-free, sugar-free, everything free. You know what it was free of too? Flavor. I had a rice cake in my lunch, and when I tell you, I was upset. I would see my brother in the hallway, side-eye him at school like, gotta eat this stupid rice cake because of you. Get home, want to make a sandwich, have to eat this nasty whole grain, whole wheat bread. Just like upset, mad at the world. Like, it's not my fault. Why do I have to do this too? And so after weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months and years and years and years of fat-free, sugar-free, flavor-free, whole grain bread and not experiencing the luxury of salami and donuts and fruit snacks and chips and flavor, you know, I got used to it. And now I can't even tell you what wheat bread tastes like. My brother started playing sports, he grew. My mom started feeling good about where she was at. Everybody was healthy, everybody was in a good space. My brother stopped having issues with breathing. But to this day, I will never forget about the time in my life where I had to go on a diet at 9 years old because my brother decided to play around and have an asthma attack. In all seriousness, it was scary. Momentarily, my parents were really frightened. I can't say that I was actually all that frightened. The only scary part for me, I think, was when I realized he actually was like struggling with breathing, and then I was home alone and I was like,
I don't know what to do.
But once my dad came home and everything appeared to be okay to me, I was fine and back to being my happy kid self. I acknowledge now in hindsight that I was probably a little bit harsh to my brother. I don't take asthma lightly. I don't take health conditions lightly. He is safe, he is happy, he is healthy, he's thriving. That's my story. Okay, I'm gonna do something that might actually be the worst idea I've ever had in my life. Ready? saw that on TV. So right now I'm looking at the constellation on my computadora. And I'm just using the back of my brush. Not that this is a channel where you learn anything. And I'm doing my dots like that, or my stars. All right, let's connect the dots and then we'll be done. All right, friends, that's it. So I'll show you guys an up close at the end of this video, but I hope you enjoyed it. The moral of the story is I don't have a moral. Whoever can comment the funniest moral of the story will win a free tiny penny print. All right, kids, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at ITISHART. I'll put the it fell. I'll put my Instagram handle down in the description box below. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe, please like, please comment, please share with all of your friends. For those of you who have been following the school painting in the background, it is finally finished. This one will be going off to its home tomorrow, so say bye-bye. Here is the final piece. Maybe later I'll add the Leo or something. I feel like it's missing something, but for now it's done. I hope you liked it. Thanks, bye.